Bruce, Embrey, come on up. I notice there's some empty seats. If you have an empty seat next to you, raise your hand. In a certain way, what the community experienced when they were interned here, and to keep our history alive. And there are a number of people, like Tom said, who've contributed. Most recently, the National Park Service has done an incredible job at creating the Interpretive Center. This is the 39th year that we've been coming here, since 1969. Some of you were here, I'm sure, in 1969. But there are three people that we wanted to honor today who have made special, unique contributions to documenting the incarceration. And they have each, in their own special way, provided us with the material to remember and to honor the internees. We have Lillian Kawasaki from the Friends of Manzanar. Lillian is recently retired, so she has more time to dedicate to this. But you'll see that guard tower, the recreation of the guard tower, and you're seeing the recreation of the mess hall and the barracks. That is possible because of Lillian and the Friends of Manzanar. The guard tower is a particular special way of indicating what this place was. And it has an impact when you drive past it on the highway, no matter what. I also have to say that the Friends of Manzanar has been our co-sponsor, along with the Manzanar Committee, of Manzanar After Dusk, and they make that very possible. And they have contributed greatly to that, and we thank them for doing that this year as well. Lillian Kawasaki.
I'll be very brief because it's hot and a long program, but on behalf of the Friends of Manzanar, I just want to thank the Manzanar Committee so much. And, you know, it's a really a great partnership. And I'd like to just take a minute to say why the Friends of Manzanar and the Manzanar Committee really complement each other, because when you hear the term Manzanar, oftentimes people get confused that we are in fact the same nonprofit group. The Friends work actually directly to support the Park Service in preserving Manzanar. Bruce kindly mentioned the work on the guard tower. Our real priority now is to get Block 14 barracks completed, and the work is urgent. We're losing our internees every day, so we're working to get the funding for that. And it's a collaboration that the committee does so much wonderful work in organizing the grassroots, the community to come out, and so we value the partnership between the Friends and Manzanar Committee. It only works because of people like you that come out and give of your time and from your pocketbook, so thank you so very much.
The gentleman with the camera, Archie Miyatake. He almost needs no introduction. He's famous in his own right, and his father is famous as well. Toyo Miyatake documented camp life in his incredible photos, along with Ansel Adams. There is a wealth of vivid pictures of what the internees went through. Manzanar High School graduation, Manzanar High School getting out. We presented that amazing photograph to our recently retired treasurer, Tak Yamamoto. Had to get Tak in here somehow. We are recognizing Archie as not just someone who's made a special and unique contribution through his art, through his photography, representing his family and his father, but as a friend of my mother. The Miyatake family was also in the same block, Block 20, as the Kunitomi family. Archie Miyatake. We have our final honoree, our wonderful Hakujin friend, Alisa Lynch. Alisa Lynch, foremost, is a friend who has, through, as Tom mentioned, worked tirelessly for years creating that interpretive center. The Interpretive Center serves as a beacon in a certain sense and documents in a variety of ways the experience of the internees. And those incredible exhibits, the exhibits showing the way people, the internees, resisted their incarceration, it shows the various contributions of the 442 Combat Regiment, as well as the draft resistors. A lot of that is the work of Alisa Lynch. She has done an amazing job. She worked very closely over the years with many of our committee members in putting together the Interpretive Center, and for that we thank her greatly. Alisa.
Thank you very much. It's great to be your Hakujin Tomodachi. But I wanted to recognize also all of the co-workers I've had at Manzanar, past and present, because it's been a whole bunch of people working extremely hard to create this National Historic Site and to work on the Interpretive Center. I would also like to thank my mom, who brought me here the first time in the 8th grade and who listened to me talk about it for years. But most especially, I would like to thank and remember Sue Kunotomi Embrey, who many of you know as the chair of the Manzanar Committee, and for all of the wonderful things she did in the community over the years and her role as an educator and an activist. But Sue was also one of our park rangers. We gave her a ranger hat for her 80th birthday, and Sue was integrally involved with the Interpretive Center, and we had many late-night phone calls, and there was never a question I asked her that she didn't track down, or a person she didn't try to find, or a photograph, and she was a constant source of support and encouragement and inspiration for us. And so we're honored, all of us, to work here and to be your Hakujin Tomodachis. If you know any Nihonjins who want to work here, let us know. But we are really honored to be carrying forward the memory and the work of so many of you, and especially of Sue. Thank you.
Archie wanted to say a few words as well.
I just wanted to thank the Manzanar committee for recognizing, actually it's not me, but it's my father that took all the record of Manzanar. He was, as a photographer, he said he has a responsibility to record the camp life so that this kind of thing will never happen again. And so that's how he snuck in the lens in some film holder, because we were still in the Western Defense Zone. And so he had a carpenter make a box for him, and he started taking pictures without anybody knowing about it. So he used to get up early in the morning when there was nobody around to take these photographs. So eventually, as we got the permission to photograph, and even in fact to open a studio, he did all the more. And so there's close to about a little over 1,000 photographs that he took. And so I guess that's when I started taking interest in photography, because there was nothing else for me to do but help my father taking photographs. So anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you, Archie. We have one final certificate of appreciation to Keith Bright in memory of his late wife, Jane. There's a lot of story behind Keith Bright's role in getting this place, getting the funding for the Interpretive Center, and there was a very special program last night at the Eastern Museum in his honor, and we wanted to also honor Jane and Keith Bright for their role in helping secure the land in this site.